Fearmonger here. Stay tuned for a message from Roll for Turaco.
Thank you, Fearmonger. Deathbringer is now a part of ShadowDark. They've teamed up. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Roll for Turaco. Frank Salazar with Roll for Turaco. And recently, Professor DungeonMaster announced that Deathbringer is now a part of ShadowDark. Roll for Combat is the publisher. I'll be leaving a link in the description below where you can see that live stream, and also leave a link to Professor DungeonMaster's video where he talks about the original announcement. It does make sense because they are very similar, that in some cases they're basically the same game. They're very similar. They work together. Admittedly, when I first heard the news that Deathbringer is teaming up with ShadowDark, I was a little bit upset, mainly because I wanted to see Professor DungeonMaster put out a full RPG of Deathbringer. I've been excited about this. I've been following the news. Now that I think about it, it does make sense. And I think this will actually help Deathbringer, be more accessible to the public. More people will hear about it. And I think Roll for Combat does a really good job promoting their products, and they are doing a Kickstarter promoting ShadowDark tomes. I think it's called Shadow Zoo. Now that I think about it more, I do think it is a good move on Professor DungeonMaster, and I can't wait to see what this version of Deathbringer is going to bring. Now, but what do you get when you combine Deathbringer with ShadowDark? You get ShadowBringer. Frank Salazar with Roll for Turaco. And recently, Professor DungeonMaster announced that he is teaming up with Kelsey Dion as well as Roll for Combat, and Deathbringer is officially a part of ShadowDark. Roll for Combat will be the publisher. They did do a stream, and I will leave a link in the description below where they talk about it, and I will also link Professor DungeonMaster's video where he announces it, that Deathbringer is now ShadowDark. Originally, I was a little upset, not because I have anything against ShadowDark. I don't have ShadowDark. That's why I'm using SoloDark as a as a stand-in. It is ShadowDark. It's just the solo play. But I was mainly excited to see Professor DungeonMaster put out a full version of Deathbringer. I've been waiting for this for a while. I was a little bit disappointed, but after a few days of lay and ruminate, it's fine. I'm actually excited to see what's gonna come from it, and this gives Professor DungeonMaster just a bigger chance of getting Deathbringer to a bigger audience. Now, what I did is I found a way, at least for myself mentally, to connect them a little bit better. Now, Deathbringer does have a mechanic, corruption. If a player character gets fully corrupted, becomes a monster that the GM can control. So I bring you ShadowBringer. According to the Deathbringer game, under the corruption section, you gain a +1 when you commit an evil deed or roll a nat 1 when spellcasting. At 10 corruption, you have lost all humanity and become a monster controlled by the GM. Now, it doesn't go into details on what kind of monster and what abilities it would have, but since Deathbringer is now a part of ShadowDark, I thought it would be great to combine those two things, the shadow with the death. Therefore, this is a Deathbringer that has been fully corrupted and has become death itself, at least a version of death. It embodies death, it embodies darkness, it embodies the shadow. Dark shadows form the body. It is a walking void, and it will consume you and engulf you. Its grotesque, mangled, deformed, distorted body is covered by a black hooded cloak. Because this was a Deathbringer, it presumably wore a horned helmet. Those horns merge with the body and tear through the side of the hood. It lurks in the dark corners of the place where it died, searching, seeking, and stalking new people to join him in his fate and become part of the Shadow Banished. Lit torches can keep it at bay, but don't let that torch run out, or it will grip you and try to infect you. Use a Deathbringer die to try to escape its clutches, and light a new torch before you become infected. So beware the ShadowBringer. And that was ShadowBringer. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Now, I said a lot of good things about Deathbringer. I didn't really talk that much about ShadowDark itself. Well, that's because I actually don't have ShadowDark. I've never played ShadowDark. I am interested in learning more about it. At this time, I haven't gotten ShadowDark, although I do have SoloDark. So I will be looking at this, and I'll also be taking a look at the Quick Start Guide, the Player Quick Start Guide, and also the Game Master Quick Start Guide. So I'll be doing that in other videos, and I am interested in trying out SoloDark, and maybe I'll use ShadowBringer. If you like this video, check out my review for Deathbringer, and watch a few other videos. Let me know what you think. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see next. And if you want to support this channel, you can do it by doing those things: subscribing, commenting, liking, and sharing. I do have a PayPal tip jar and a Gumroad where you can buy some PDF comics and some other TTRPG related items. Links to those are in the description below. Now don't forget to roll for Turaco. See you next time.
In a world where dice determine your fate, and the only thing holding you back is your imagination, embark on a journey of adventure, perils, mayhem, and treasure. Unlock the hero within, and don't forget to roll for Turaco. Subscribe.